We've got unfinished business. One day we can have part 2. Obviously, I want that rematch. He even said it. He knows that's going to make big money. It's a big fight, so let's see. Deep down, we all respect each other, but it's a business. Sometimes in business, you have to fight each other. But I don't like him. One thing I don't like about him is that he beat me. At the end of the day, the best have to fight the best. That's what I did when I went up to Canelo's weight. A lot of people thought it was a bit silly, but the only reason I went up to that weight was because I want to challenge myself. I wish Danny all the best. He's going to do the job. Those are the words of Amir Khan, talking about the prospect of him having a rematch with Danny Garcia, and also briefly touching on Garcia's upcoming fight against Keith Thurman, which will be a welterweight unification. He is picking Danny Garcia to do the job in that fight. And maybe I'll do a separate video about Garcia Thurman again, because I do find it more interesting now after watching Garcia's last performance. And I know the opposition wasn't very good, but just in terms of Garcia's movement, his foot movement, I saw an improvement there. And his dad talked about it. His dad said it's due to the fact that he's moved up in weight. He's less drained, so now he's got more energy. So I see it as a much more even fight than I initially did. I could certainly see Danny Garcia winning it. Don't discount that at all. I'm still slightly leaning towards Thurman, but man, the way I see it now, Garcia could definitely win that fight. So Khan is definitely in the Garcia camp. And maybe with Khan, it's also a case of wishful thinking, because he's been in the ring with Garcia, and up until he got caught with that big left hook, in his mind, he believes he was bossing the fight. Maybe some of you agree, having watched the fight. In his mind, he believes he was bossing the fight and he had things under control. And he probably believes that if he sticks to a game plan, he'll be able to beat Danny Garcia and avoid that big left hook. Whereas with Keith Thurman, that's an unknown entity to Amir Khan. He's never been in a ring with Keith Thurman. What he probably believes about Keith Thurman is that he's faster than Danny Garcia, he's more mobile than Danny Garcia, and maybe he believes Keith Thurman hits harder than Danny Garcia. In which case he's thinking, nah, man, I hope Garcia wins. Because I don't want to really get in there with Thurman. Stylistically, I don't like that matchup for me. Whereas Garcia, a more flat-footed guy, a guy who I was peppering with shots at will in the first couple rounds when we fought, yeah, I'd rather fight him because I know what I need to do to avoid making the mistake I made last time. This is what Khan may have in his head. I'm just theorizing here, people. So drop your comments in the comment section below and let me know what you think about Amir Khan's comments here. Excuse me, with regards to his rematch with Danny Garcia. He really wants it. As far as I'm aware, he's still the WBC mandatory challenger. So if Garcia does win, Khan should have the first crack at Garcia. How do you see that rematch going if it happens? Do you think Garcia will actually beat Keith Thurman? And if Keith Thurman wins, do you think Amir Khan will be so keen at to exercise his mandatory opportunity? Will he all of a sudden try and go in a different direction if Keith Thurman wins? Is Khan wishful thinking? Or maybe he just genuinely thinks Danny Garcia is the better fighter and he'll win. Danny Garcia has been written off in fights before. He was written off when he fought Khan by a lot of people. He was written off when he fought Matisse. So he has risen to the occasion when people didn't expect him to, or a lot of people didn't expect him to before. He's got a history of that. Maybe this will be another example of Danny Garcia rising to the occasion against Keith Thurman and pulling out a victory, which the majority of people don't think he'll be able to get. So let me know how you feel in the comment section below about everything I talked about in this video. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.